Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm a dumb dad.
Hey, my name is Evan. I'm a dumb dad.
Hey, dummy.
Hey, cheers. Pal.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hot.
Oh, you know what we're drinking tonight? Weekend vibes,
Mhm.
because we just celebrated. We just had a long weekend.
The longest weekend that's ever existed.
The longest weekend that's ever existed. And so I brought over Weekend Vibes Coronado Brewing IPA because I thought, boy, I would like to go back to that week. Actually, not really, but
I had a 5-day weekend
yeah, of parenting.
of parenting. My daughter was off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from school.
That's
And
a
that
lot.
has thrown off the whole week.
Yeah. It's one of those weeks. I thought it was Thursday today. Today's Wednesday. No.
See?
Yes, it is. See?
See?
That was honest, too. I thought today was Thursday. It's Wednesday yesterday. Like, I thought tomorrow's Thursday when I went to bed last night. So when I woke up today, I thought it was Thursday. Like, I was like prepped that it was Thursday.
Yeah, I get that. Thursday is, in my house, it's trash day in the neighborhood.
Yep,
It's trash
same,
day.
Yeah, same here.
My daughter's first day back to school, I took out the trash cans. This week is trash.
Yeah, I see how you did that.
Mm.
I kind of secretly was hoping you were going there.
Garbage.
It was very well done. Garbage. Yeah, it was. But back to school today, and yeah, it was crazy. But you know what I did this weekend? Big plans, huge plans.
Tell me what you did.
Rented a dumpster.
Oh, great start.
Yeah, opened the garage. 100 degrees every day. Was just going through stuff we don't need anymore. Tossing it in the dumpster.
Mm.
Wild scene in my house, man.
Wow. You really
Really
let
fun.
loose on the weekend.
But I will give you this update on the rodent situation.
All right. For those who don't know, first-time listeners, Evan has had a constant battle with some vermin that
Yeah, in
constantly
the garage.
find their way into his garage.
Because we keep our pantry like extra food. You know, the whole reason we created a little pantry area in the garage was because of extra food we were getting because of like lockdown and it was like it started with toilet paper, right? And everyone like stole all the toilet paper. But after a while, it was like hard to get groceries.
Right.
And so you developed a habit of putting the
Stocking
food in the
up.
garage.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you guys thought of this, have you guys thought of like, because Evan's situation is that a rat would come in, it would go into your
Yeah.
get
A rat's
into
like,
your
"Oh, sweet,
garage and just
food."
Great, this must be for me. There's nobody lives in here.
Yeah.
Have you thought about just getting like a metal cabinet with shelves,
Like for in there that
like a
closes
closed door,
off.
like the school ones, you know?
Yeah, but you know, like here's the thing: we kind of like dance on either side of like we don't. This isn't our forever home. We rent this place, so like
I don't mean
getting things. I know, but like getting things that fit in a certain spot. or
Chanel
whatever.
ones.
Chanel.
I mean a
I'm
Gucci.
looking at these Chanel garage
this
shelving
Gucci
units.
locker.
Yeah, Gucci lockers. All that to say, I think. Anyway, so I'm like, we've been talking about this for a while. We gotta get it. We gotta get one of those dumpsters. They just send it to your house and you just like throw a bunch of stuff in it and they come in and get
Yeah.
it. You know, one of these places because there's no dump here. So
What?
I don't know. I don't know where the dump is in L.A.
I think it's the ocean.
It's down in Hollywood. Where this? But
Do
you
not
kept
throw your
seeing-
trash in the ocean.
I saw like rat droppings, and I'm like, oh man, again. I took care of it once, and then like, yeah, it happens again, and then I noticed it like in a different part of the garage, and then like another part of the garage, and I was like, this is a huge nightmare, you know.
Mhm.
And then I found where they had like scratched literally a hole in the wall so they could get in and out.
Sweet.
It was scary and horrible and gross, and I was like, I got to take care of this. But I rented the dumpster, and then you kind of like start pulling everything out of the garage and going
Yeah.
through stuff, and at any moment I'm thinking like
You're gonna find a
they're all
litter.
gonna
You're
scatter,
find
and
a
I'm
litter.
gonna freak out.
Yeah.
But I never saw one, so I think me being in there so much scared them, or maybe they only come in there at night and then they go through the
Yeah, they don't have
So
necessarily
I like
lodge
I
there.
found any like entrance I thought they created, or under the garage they had like chewed part of the weathering away. They could get in there. I mean, they're gonna get in if they want to get in. That's the thing, you know, that they can
Mhm.
fit into tiny spaces. And so I boarded up all the holes, all the cracks and walls I could find.
Yeah.
I put new weathering down, and then we also just committed like, let's just not put food out here anymore. Like, it's not even worth like the headache that this is, you know. Like, it's not even. This sucks.
Unless you get a metal locker.
Unless I get a Chanel metal locker.
Don't get the Chanel. Kirkland signature
Metal locker. Yeah. I mean, you know.
or a safe. and you just keep instant mashed
I know
potatoes
rats are
in there.
smart, but if it's like a 6-figure combination, I bet we could.
You imagine if it was open one day you came in and there's a tiny stethoscope just laying next to it.
You remember this stems from like I put the rat trap down and just put too much peanut butter on there,
Yep.
so it weighed it down, and then you couldn't even trigger it.
That was really good. That was a real dumb dad moment.
So I grew the rats. I was growing a family of rats. I was supporting them.
The things
you
you just
know,
deal with in
But they wouldn't let
LA.
me claim on my taxes, so the whole thing was a wash.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
My
My wife and I saw 2 rats the other night when we were in our backyard here, just on our little bench, having a nice cocktail after the kids went to bed, and across the wires.
what cocktail were they having?
They were having whiskey sour, surprisingly.
Huh.
Yeah. Should have said dirty martini.
That's all right.
But across like the
Edit it out.
the power lines that went across our like pretty much over our heads,
Yeah.
2 little rats scurried.
Yep.
Kind of cute. Including
mean,
my
you
wife
know-
said that too. She said, "Oh,
That's also because they were very far
they're
away.
really cute."
You know.
We're like, "Cute. Don't drop. Don't drop.
Please
Don't
don't fall.
drop.
Please don't fall. Please don't fall.
Get just get to my attic."
Or drop anything from your body on top of me. Yeah, just get on top of my roof and run away. I mean, yeah, there's a highway. It's like the little critter highway, you know, the power lines and stuff.
Mhm.
And that's kind of fine. I get that. I mean, they got to exist. But once they come in there and start taking your food, it's like, all right.
Territory.
that's the
Territory time.
Yeah, territory time. Okay, you got to do something about it. But
Well, I hope it works out. I hope they don't come back.
we'll see. Yeah, but that was how I spent my 5 days. Like it was like big chunk of each day was out there
We went
going through stuff. Just getting rid of stuff we don't need. You know,
Yeah, you're doing
But-
your thing.
doing my thing.
That's great. We were at my parents', which they live just outside of Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
It's the desert. For those who don't know,
It's the desert.
it is the desert. It was 110. How many days were we there? Like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's like 330 degrees.
Yeah, by day 3.
Just keeps stacking up.
Cumulative,
Yeah, that's exactly.
and
It's hard for that cement to cool off.
just doesn't. And it is this trip. It's a wild drive there. You know, the kids do that
Mhm.
classic, like stressed out by the end, as if they've been driving in L.A. Traffic.
Yeah.
And it's like, this drive. And
We're gonna be there. Can just get there, please.
but yeah, it was fine. The kids had a great time. I mean, my parents are funny because they will spoil the kids all day, as grandparents should.
Yeah.
And then dinner time.
Spoil them with AC while
My
you guys cook outside.
Right. And then my parents will be like, "Hey, you guys, you got to eat dinner. You got to eat dinner." And we're just like, they're not going to do it. They've
The
had
kids?
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
they've
this-
been getting
I-
spoiled all day.
Yeah. With
And
food
here's the
everything.
thing. My parents are, as doesn't matter how hard your parents were to you as grandparents, super soft.
Open season, man.
So my daughter will just like stare them right down the barrel and be like, "I'm not eating this." So is that it, or is there?
What else you got?
You got ice cream?
Let's have some.
Oh,
of that.
no ice cream? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
I'll just
Let's
sit
wrap
here.
it up. We're not coming back here. We're not coming by here anymore.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're not going to give me ice cream. Okay, I'm just going to move the food around.
I guess I'll just blink slowly with my big
Mm-hmm.
childlike eyes.
So they got ice cream.
Yeah.
They got
ice
a lot
cream
of
for
it.
dinner
Mm-hmm.
and Choco Tacos for dessert.
And then, we get back home and the kids want ice cream every day, every meal. Let's have ice cream in juice boxes. And I'm like,
They don't sell ice cream in LA. They only sell it in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Little
'Cause
known
they have
fact.
to.
Yeah, they
because
have
it's
to.
so
'cause-
hot there.
Yeah,
It's temperature control.
they got to keep in business. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I knew you guys were over there. Like I told you earlier, I was really jealous of the pool thing. There was a few moments this weekend where I was like, I wish I could just go outside and fall face first into a pool.
The pool's really nice.
I feel pretty good.
I've said this before. So at 110 is the best you'll get with the pool. Because you get in that
Mhm.
pool, you got you got an umbrella, so you're shaded. It's perfect. Sounds like it's too hot, but in the pool, it is perfect. 120, no. If you can put an egg in there and then 10 minutes later eat it, get out of there.
The yolk texture's nice though.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
nice. It's not chalky.
it's not chalky, and it's really good. Sometimes you get
I guess I
a
picture,
runny
like,
white,
You swim with your
even though it's
kids.
cooked through.
You swim with your kids, and the family's all in there, like in lounge chairs with a cocktail. But there's also like just a bunch of eggs in there.
Mhm.
You got timers going off all
Yeah.
day long.
Oh,
Hey,
this,
the deep end eggs are
Yeah.
done.
who moved the pool noodle? Now they're mixing. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah, you got to get your protein though somehow. That's good. Well,
What did you? Hey, Evan,
yeah,
did you do anything dumb? This
yeah,
week?
yeah.
Sweet.
I actually did a couple. Well, I did a really, really dumb thing today that
Okay.
in total truth, I feel really bad about. And
Oh.
I'm laughing through the real emotional pain that I felt today.
Okay.
And so we'll do that one first. And the next one is kind of a dumb thing, but more along the lines of like a snap out of it, note to yourself thing that I thought I'd like to talk
Mhm.
about and bring to the podcast. But we'll go over the first one because we already talked about going back to school after the long weekend today, right? And so I take my son to drop off today. Okay.
Mhm.
And like most days, we go check them in, and then they're like out because we can't go because of COVID. We can't go into the school property. So on the one side of the playground fence, we check them in with their little app thing,
Yeah.
and then they run on in, and then they all stand in line with their teacher. They stand in line like good kids in their little classroom sections, and then eventually their teacher comes out, and then they wait a few more minutes until the bell rings,
Gotcha.
and then they all head in.
Great.
Okay, that's kind of how it works every day. A couple times in line, he looks back. Parents like waving at their kids, but
Yeah.
he's busy talking to his friends and stuff.
Right.
And we're busy with dumb dad stuff. It happens.
Sure.
When you just soar into popularity. I was doing some dumb dad stuff, but I was just checking the accounts, making sure if we got DMs or whatever,
Yeah.
to respond to them while I'm kind of waiting for him to go in his classroom.
Right.
And there was a moment today when I dropped him off, and like a couple minutes later, I looked up and I was waiting for him to find me. He found me and looked at me, and I gave him this big wave. He waved at me, and then I looked back down at my phone. I was like doing some dumb dad stuff, and then I think I was reading something, and the bell rang, and I looked up, and they were like the kids were like on their way back to their classroom.
Great.
Usually they do like one big final wave to their parents, right? And I thought to myself, oh, I think I missed that moment.
Right.
That sucks. I felt kind of bad. So I drove home. And then I went to pick him up from school. And right when he walked out, he was kind of sad because they give them meals.
Yeah,
They
the
give
old
an
bags,
LASD.
yeah.
He was kind of sad because he didn't get one. But he seemed like a little extra sad about it. I was like, it's okay. It's some families really need those meals, and it's totally fine if you don't get
But
one.
the rats eat all our food.
Yeah. And but it seemed like something was wrong, and I was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." He kind of gave that answer, and I was
Mhm.
like, and this is like right when I got him, out of
Mhm.
school, and I go, "Is everything okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I didn't get to say goodbye to you today when you dropped me off at school. I waved at you, and you were just looking at your phone."
Oh yeah.
And then
You're a horrible father.
yeah, and then I heard his teacher go. His teacher goes, "Hi," and I looked up and I go, "Hello." She goes, I think he was fine. He's just had a rough morning. He had a kind of a rough morning. He didn't get to like say goodbye to you this morning, so he had kind of a rough morning. So he's got something in his folder there for you. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was
How
like,
dope-
"Thank you." I was like, "Oh, thank you very much." That's
How
sweet of
dope
you,
would it
buddy."
be if he put his hand in his bag and just pulled out a
middle finger? Yeah. I would have celebrated him for the rest of my life. Deserve that. And so, yeah, she goes, "He got something there for you." And then I go, "Okay." And so I pulled him aside, a little bit further out of where the kids are going. And I go, "I'm really sorry, buddy." And he goes, "I just looked at you, and you were looking at your phone, and I yelled, 'Have a good day,' and you didn't look up, and it just felt like your phone was more important than me."
Huh.
And he wasn't kidding. He was full tears saying this to me
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And I felt like the biggest piece of shit
Oh sure.
I've ever felt like in my
Yeah.
life. In my life, I just felt so shitty. And usually I do the wave. I try to find him in the wave.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, "You stupid idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You can't wait 10 minutes to just go check stuff when you get home or whatever." I'm
Well,
just kind of in the, I
to
mean,
be
you
fair, it could have been more important than him.
could be a big opportunity waiting in the DMs.
Oprah wants us on. That's a bigger deal than
On
you
what?
son.
Her magazine cover? She takes that. Maybe
I'll take
but
it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey. So yeah. And so I came I was like walking to the car. I'm like starting to cry. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I felt like such an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, and I could barely hold it together as I'm like ushering him like through this parental crowd to get back to the car, and he's like telling me, he's like kind of telling me all this as we're getting to the car.
He's twisting the knife too, because kids like
Kids
love
do
to
that,
retell the story.
He's like he kind of retold it again, and he goes, "Did you hear me, Dad?" And I was like, I couldn't even answer him. I was like, "We're just gonna come over here for a second." And I sat him down and was like, "I'm really sorry. That's I feel horrible that you felt like that." And I was like, "You and your mom and your sister are the most important thing in my life, and I don't want you to ever feel like that. And I feel really bad. I should not." He's like, "It's okay if you look at your phone, but I couldn't get your attention, and you were looking at your phone." I was like, he was like saying this to me. Dude, I felt so awful.
So did you take your phone away for the week, or
Yeah, I
Sounds
can't.
like
I
you
don't
got
have it
grounded.
until he said like until Monday. And if the weekend goes well, I might be able to look at it Sunday night. But I don't want to,
Okay.
Yeah. So I came home and told my wife, and he had made this card, like a craft project. They probably had him do this to calm him down. But it was like how much he loves me. He drew like a picture of me and him and mommy and the kid and his sister on it. It was like, "I love Dad," and like this beautiful like handmade, kindergarten or first grade card that he made me.
Wow.
Which is like, if there wasn't anything that twisted the knife more, it was like, "Here, I also made you this because I care as much about you as you do about your phone," is what it felt like. Dude. And I told my wife, I felt so bad. And I told my wife, and she was like, "Well, there's a good note for me not looking at my phone anymore." Like, that's a good reminder. And I was like, yeah, I bear the brunt of that lesson this morning.
Counterpoint. You wouldn't have got that sweet card if you didn't do it.
It's true. So
You just had another day of him just not having a lunch and being bummed about it.
man,
But instead,
I
one, you toughened him up. He's learned.
it's hard as nails now.
He's learned he can't rely on anybody but himself. That's a lesson you taught him today. And two, you have a beautiful card that you can look back on when you're like
Yeah.
70
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't call you anymore.
Yeah.
And you can remember.
Hopefully I won't really remember.
That's where it started.
It was horrible. It was horrible. I mean,
What if the craft he made you was a cell phone, but like the screen was cut out, and he's like, "Just hold this up next time, you can see me through it." You piece of shit.
look, it's a portrait I drew of our family, and I crossed myself out and put a phone in your hand. It's your favorite son.
That's good.
Yeah. So that was my dumb dad moment, and it's probably one of the worst ones. And I can't go back there again. I can't do that again ever again.
Go back
I felt
to
so bad.
Go back to school.
Yeah. No, I'm not allowed there
No more
anymore.
drop-offs.
Yeah. I felt so bad. The worst part was like I felt that moment like, oh man, I think I missed him good enough.
Yeah.
I shouldn't let that happen. I should make sure I'm waving him. I felt that, but
Yeah.
for me it was kind of like, gotta make sure I do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
not,
he'll
he'll
like,
remember this for the day.
Yeah, but I didn't realize I was driving a stake into his heart in the moment
Wow.
of parenting. It was horrible, horrible.
Man.
So yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow morning. I made a sign and everything.
You made a sign, and then you have a song on your phone that you're going to play for him, but you're going to take forever trying to find it that you're going to miss him again.
I
I thought it was on
I had it-
playlist.
yeah,
I thought it was on
a
playlist. Oh,
playlist.
now I got to go to artists.
Oh,
It's not the Prince version. It's the Lady Gaga cover. Shit. Hold on.
Ding, ding.
Oh, they're gone again.
Can't undo that.
Well, at least I'll get
So-
another card today.
So here's my other dumb dammit. And I don't think this is really dumb dammit, but this is something that happened that I, in the moment, realized like, oh, I have to tell Kevin about this because this is. I wonder if you've ever had this feeling or if this has happened to you. So we were at Target the other day. It was like during, I had spent like all day in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and we were, and my wife had spent most of the day, like she did most of this weekend, bless her soul, with the kids in the house because it was hot, just trying to keep them entertained
Yeah.
and doing stuff. And she was like, I need some stuff from Target, but I just want to go there for a while and walk around. It's air conditioning in there, and the kids can just like go nuts looking at stuff. We just need to go there for a while. I was like, sure, yeah, let's do that. Let's, whatever. And so, so we head to Target, and while we were at Target, the kids are doing this thing. I think they saw it, whatever. They saw it in a cartoon, or they wanted to do it. Doesn't matter. Where they're standing on like the outside of the cart.
Yeah.
Like going for a ride. Yeah, riding around the cart or whatever. And like at first they were like my son did it on the front of the cart, and then my daughter wanted to do it as well. And so then they couldn't. They were fighting over the front of it, and then she was in the front and he was on the side.
Sides are way better.
The sides are better, but he's heavy enough to where it's like the cart can tip, so it's like hard to push him around.
My daughter did that once.
And here's the thing: in the moment, they were kind of arguing, and it had been kind of like a long day, working on stuff and everything.
Mm.
And in the moment, I was that stupid idiot parent that was like, okay, hey, you two knock it off, okay? And you get off, okay? She can do it in the front. You know what? Why don't you? It's dangerous, okay? I'm parenting from this mindset of like, you get off there. Because you're not doing it right. So you get off, and you can't do it anymore. It's not safe, too. How about that for a reason? And ultimately, I'm thinking, like, I don't want some Target employee to come over and bother me,
I know. Isn't that funny?
And like feeling like I'm getting yelled at by a teacher or something. And in that moment, as the words are coming out of my mouth, there was like this moment of me looking at myself, what I was doing, and wanting to tap myself on the shoulder and go, hey, why don't you fucking relax, dude? Like, so what?
Yeah. I let my dad.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I'm stupid. Get on the cart. Get on there. Let's see how fast we can go. Like, I was like, what am I doing? Telling my like 3-year-old and my 6-year-old, hey, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I've
done that. I've given up the care, because I did care for a long time that like somebody's gonna yell at me at the grocery store. They're gonna be like, sir, they're really not supposed to hang on that. The bottom thing that they're stepping on, that's for the large cases of soda. But I remember thinking, this is better for everyone if they're hanging on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you got a kid booking it down aisles.
Or whatever. Like, they're supposed to file behind me like baby ducks in a straight line or something. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in myself in that moment that I'm like, get off the cart. Like, oh, what a fun dad. Get off the cart. Like, walk around. Like, don't touch anything. Like, oh my God, I was so annoyed at myself in that moment. And so I thought, I got to talk Kevin about this on the podcast, because I think there's a lot more moments probably other than that that you're not thinking about in the moment. It's like, just relax.
I've been better.
I don't want to be the dad where the kids are running around knocking shit over at Target. Okay, like I don't want to.
No.
Okay, but I'm like, I was too far away from that in the sense that like, you can't do anything fun here. We came here to walk around, and like, you don't get to have any fun. And, like, come on.
That's because there's levels of energy that kids are like, you're in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and it's like you were in phase 1 still, where they're like, the cart is good enough.
Yeah.
And then you still had that. So you were like holding on to it for dear life of like, just do this right. And then you're getting pissed at them because you're like, it's your little privilege that you're having right now. Like, you're lucky enough that they just want to go on the carts and not like try to shake hands with a mannequin and then rip its arm off.
Yeah.
Which my son did. And
is that something I want to avoid?
Ripping the hand off?
Yeah. Or was it kind of funny and like really not that bad?
It wasn't.
In the long run.
When it happened, I think it might have been my daughter, but it doesn't matter. But it wasn't funny for my wife because she was.
Well, because
I was shopping for clothes for myself, so she was watching the kids, and she like got really pissed at them for like ripping the hand off, and then like it was similar to the cart thing where it was just like, all right, we're getting out of here, we're going, we'll be over here, we'll be out there, and I was like, yeah, no problem, go do your thing, and then I came back outside, and she's like, I mean, those things just pop back on. What was I getting upset about?
Yeah, and it's like gigantic Lego essentially.
It's not a porcelain. Like
one not a Chanel
sculpture.
Mannequin.
It wasn't a Chanel. No, you could tell. No, you could tell.
Because you can see the seams.
Yeah, it had that.
Chanel mannequins don't have seams.
It had that fake Chanel logo. But you were in that. You were in the phase 1 of like they're cool, and then like phase 2 is like they're running, but they're still listening to you. Like they're running kind of wild, and you're like, hey, And
I
then
know,
they
which is
come
still kind of a
back,
pretty acceptable phase to be in.
And then phase 3 is like, fuck all. They're just everywhere. Just
Phase 3 is like they knock over, they pull out the bottom.
like their brains
They
are
put the bottom
gone.
case of soda that they stacked 100 of them to make a thing, and then like all of it comes down.
They
and
grab
it's
the bottom
really,
shirt of
Yeah.
a stack and pull it out and go, oh, this is pretty. And they
Yeah.
all unfold.
Yeah, I know.
You were in phase 1 and you were holding on for dear life because
What a stupid
you
idiot.
you don't always end up on phase 3, but you end up in some form of it. So you're like, how long can I hold on to this?
Hopefully phase 3's in the car.
Hopefully phase 3 is in the car.
Right, that's
Yeah.
fine. And because
Yeah.
that's like manageable space. And
Where
we
they
can-
they push in the cigarette lighter and then they play hot potato.
Yeah. Which I'm really good at.
You guys remember cigarette lighters in cars? Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I have one in my car now, but I replaced it with a launch missiles button.
I know. I've
which
seen that. It's pretty cool.
I'm just really proud of that. I really
Just
like
a
that.
side note, a Goofy movie came out in whenever, the
Mhm.
90s.
Mm-hmm.
Still to me one
Side
of my
note, this is-
favorite one of my favorite cartoon moments is when Goofy takes the cigarette lighter,
Yeah.
pushes it in, pops it out to heat a can of soup. It's so ridiculous.
To
But
heat
for
a
a
can of soup,
cartoon,
yeah.
it's really cool.
It went from smoking on planes to it's not done anymore pretty quick. It feels like
I got
might
a
be the
s-
cancer thing.
I
But
got
I'm
a
just saying.
smoking question wrong on my driver's test when I moved out here.
A smoking question wrong on your driver's test.
Yeah, so I had to retake the written
Uh-huh.
because it was one of like I got 3 wrong. That was one of them, and I remember being like, "Can I just tell you that I don't smoke or have children?" It was literally like, if you're smoking a cigarette in your car with your child, but all of the windows are down, is that okay? And I was like, I guess I don't know,
Yeah.
and it's a no. And I was like, I
Well,
don't.
like. How does that have anything to do with driving?
It's 2013. I don't have kids, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have children. I don't smoke, and I have to retake the written for in case I have children and get addicted to cigarettes. It's a big ask.
How is that? I know. Meanwhile, you got people that are like 84 years old, took the driver's test 70 odd years ago, and they're good, so they can just drive around. I mean,
Yeah,
don't even
and
get
their
me started
driver's
on
test was like, how much liquor can you drink before you get in a car? Under a pint, and they're like, agreed.
a can of beer,
Under a
meaning
pint.
like you needed a can opener
Yeah,
to open the beer.
yeah, you can't do it by hand. You gotta have hands free.
Yeah. That is wild, though, isn't it? Like, I really think that I think it's so crazy that you can take the driver's test once, and it's like, all right, good luck.
Yeah, yeah, that seems like
We'll
enough.
never see you again.
That seems like enough times.
We need to update your photo, even though you lost an eye.
But what
We
about
should
the?
update the photo.
What about the?
Well, you passed the driver's test. I'm sure you know how. I'm sure you got here, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like riding a bike.
How hard can it be?
That goes really fast.
Yeah, there's 4 wheels, so you're not gonna fall over. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it would probably be really offensive and annoying to older people to continuously probably have to retake driver's tests. But I
Mhm.
mean, let's at least prove that
If they had to retake the
you can
written.
do what. I mean, I think if everybody over the age of 75 had to retake a driver's test tomorrow, you might see a little lighter traffic. I mean, I'm just saying.
Traffic pickup.
I'm just saying.
Let's read a user submission. Hand me your
Yeah, let's read a user
phone.
submission. Here we go. Yeah, we got a user submission here, and I'm excited about it. Because you said this. I have not read this.
Oh, this says it's locked.
What's
It
locked?
says your son locked his phone for the next 2 hours.
Could you call him and what is it that he put a pass lock on
Yeah,
there?
put a pass lock on there. Who won season 2 of the Australian Lego Masters? What? Why does it have a riddle? All right. So
Curtis and no, I can't remember.
our submission is from Brady Lots.
Brady.
Thanks, Brady, for the submission. I'm going to read it.
I'm excited.
Starting now. Hey, dummies. My daughter is almost 2.5 years, but this happened within the first month or so. Newborn, new dumb dad.
Mm-hmm. Lots of those moments.
Lots of those. In those days, it was my job to bring in the fussing baby. In those days, it was my job to bring in the fussing baby in. My wife would nurse, and I'd change the diaper, swaddle, and put her back down.
Good. I
One
like
pa-
that teamwork.
Yeah. One particular night, I didn't want to switch on the little battery light at the changer.
Mm-hmm.
I figured, hey, I got the hang of this. I'll do it in the dark. No need to risk waking her with the light. Genius!
Where's the where would you say where the dumb dad moment originates from in this story?
Oh, we passed the exit a little while back. We just blew past it.
Blew right past it.
Remember, newborn baby poo is some crazy stuff.
Merconium.
Runny, chunky, yellowish, greenish, brown spots. It's just a lot going on down there.
A lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
After clearing up a relatively average diaper, I got her all wrapped up in back of my arms. Went to sit back down on the rocking chair. Totally nailed it. Or so I thought.
Oh, man.
I think there's a turn here.
Here it comes.
I can smell it.
Yeah, we're on the edge of our seats now.
As I was rocking her, I looked down and noticed a little something on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Not wanting to wake her, I slowly moved over to the nightlight. Behold, baby poo on my hand in multiple spots. Swaddle. Baby poo. Baby.
Baby poo. Yeah.
So after a quick swap of just about everything, I learned to turn the damn light on. Oh, and while doing the second change, the light was on, and the baby never even woke up. Big dummy.
Big dummy.
Brady.
It's funny, though. That's a good one that you learn in the moment, because there's no other way to learn that you should turn the light on other than, like, the one time you don't do it, that's going to happen. I mean, those are the kinds of things that happen when you're a new parent.
It's also like he was tired and lazy, and we've all been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the best things you guys can get is IKEA sells those motion lights.
That's what I was going to bring up.
And you have it right above the changing table, and you just walk over there. Thing pops on. It's just enough light.
When they got fresh batteries in there, it's a little bit too much.
It's a little too much.
So you got about a week and a half there where it's like it's a little bit too much, but then it kind of calms down after a while because it is.
You just put the swaddle over there.
Well, that's cool. You can kind of mount them anywhere via sticky or something.
Yeah,
they're little circle lights. I'm sure they get them everywhere. I'm sure you can get them everywhere else. But like at IKEA, they were like $4 a piece or $5 a piece. We used to buy them. We put them in like cabinets that don't have light, very good light anywhere, and it's a deep cabinet. It really helps. But it helped in those early morning changing or whatever. The kids, whatever. You're changing their diaper,
Oh, man.
But it really helped putting over the changing table. That thing just because it's sensitive enough where if the kid's moving around in their bed, it's not going to set it off. But as soon as you put something right underneath it, it really helped. It was a good.
There's nothing worse than finding poop on your hand later.
Oh, man. Later,
too,
I know.
Later. Like, sounds like it was relatively soon, so I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
But it's just like later, and you're like, I don't remember when I changed a
I had that
poop
with me. I was
diaper.
like, I was carrying it around with me, on my person.
They were like, how was your ice cream?
Yeah.
I didn't have ice cream. What a weird thing that person said to me.
Yeah. Like, I was at Macy's, and then I bought a gift card at the grocery store, and then I got home and was like, there's poop on me.
Outbreak of E. coli. Traced it back to your house.
Yeah. From the rats? No, you had poop on your hand.
No, poop on my hand. On my hand.
Thank you for the submission.
Thank you, Brady. That was great.
Thank you, Brady. It's a good reminder. Don't get cocky. You got cocky. You thought, well,
yeah,
I don't need to turn the light on. I'm just gonna do it. I'm tired.
We say this with love to all the new parents out there, and you know what, the old parents. And again, this is from a place of love. You don't got this.
Yeah, no. You and you know what? You might have had it yesterday.
Yeah,
you might have had it dead nailed yesterday. No mistake.
Sleep deprivation is your enemy.
But that doesn't mean
that's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. And it doesn't mean tomorrow is going to be like tomorrow. Every day is a complete reset.
Mm-hmm.
And another opportunity to do something like that.
Keep trying, dummies.
Here's the
Doing
thing.
Great.
Here's the thing.
What?
You know when you go see your favorite band and you're like, this is the best show I've ever seen. I wish they would come out and just sing one more song. There's something that happened in your house yesterday that we forgot to talk about. And I don't want to leave this podcast until we talk about it. It's a dumb dog moment.
Oh, okay.
And I just think it's worth talking about because it's so funny.
So my dog last
Also, I'm just
night,
saying that you're my favorite band, Kevin.
Okay. I was really like, what? I hope they come out and do a bad job. I don't understand. So my dog last night, my wife let him out. I'm in my kid's room because I had just come back from doing a podcast with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Just came home. She's like, they're still awake if you want to go stay tonight. And I was like, okay. So I go in their room, and
you kind of love that too. Like, I just made it.
It's the best.
Under the wire to
It's
go
the
say
best.
a tired goodnight.
And I go up to my son, talk to him for a second. Good night. Go over to my daughter. And I remember I was like rubbing her hair and just like, all right, good night. I'm so excited for you to go back to school tomorrow. And I hear my wife like let the dog out and blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking to her. And then I just hear like vicious barking. And then my wife like yelling for the dog. Get back here. Get back here. And I was like, and I just like left my daughter.
Okay, good night.
Yep, goodbye. And I go out, and the dog listened, which was like the first bad sign. The dog came back. So you're already like, something's wrong.
Something
The dog listened
gnarly happened, yeah.
and came back. And then my wife just like, right as the dog's about to walk in the door, she's still not looking where the dog is. She's looking out in the yard, and she goes, skunk, skunk, it's a skunk, it's a skunk, and like slams the door. And now I grab the dog with like a death grip because I'm like,
You're not going anywhere that I don't decide where you're going from.
And
now.
I get my nose right up in there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he got sprayed.
He got blasted.
Took him to the shower, hosed him down like I was delousing him.
And that's the first time we talked about this. That's the first time you ever had like close contact to a skunk situation, right?
And I've grown up with him and all that stuff.
Yeah, me too, but I've never
never had any situation like
you
that.
kind of smell one like, oh, that somebody tells you that's skunk, and you think like, oh, there's a skunk nearby, or but I've never been like the concentrated involvement of it before.
So, and this kind of turns into a dumb. Well, my wife told me this today at dinner. It's kind of a dumb mama, which is really funny. So,
see, we got there anyway.
We got there. So spraying him down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any solution. I'm just literally spraying him with water. I got nothing. He's just in there.
That's great. Like, what a classic dad thing.
It's just like,
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm doing something.
I'm just spraying until the wife comes in the room because I know she's Googling it. Like, I know she's on it. I trust her. We're a good team.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing something.
This is better than just letting it waft.
Yeah, exactly. I'm controlling it.
But he's like scratching his face a bunch, so he got it right in the
he got
right in the face.
Blasted right in the face.
So I'm just spraying him. She comes in. She's like, I found a recipe online. We'll see if it works. It's vinegar, baking soda, and dish detergent, and you mix all that up and you rub it on them, and then you let it sit for 5 minutes, and you rinse them off.
And then you can eat your dinner right off the back of your dog.
I know. So I do all that, and she goes, it's supposed to foam up. And I'm like, well, it's not.
Foam up?
It's supposed to foam up as you, like, rub it in.
What are the ratios?
I don't know. She did
1 to 1 to 1?
She did it. Probably
it's all in chaos. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Measure with your heart. And
hey, whatever you got.
And so I'm just rubbing it going, like, it's not foaming up, but, like, why stop now? Who cares? We can always just do it again. Yeah. So I just used the whole. It wasn't a lot. I used the whole thing. Got him. Then I had to like sit there with the because we have glass sliding doors in the shower. I had to sit there with him with the door open, a crack, just staring at him, and be like, "Don't jump out. Stop. Sorry. I know this. I'm sorry, buddy. This sucks." And he's just in there 5 minutes. Spray him down. He's good.
He's just looking at you
he
like,
smells great.
I got shat on.
So I was like, "Oh, this kind of worked."
My Pepe Le Pew.
As soon as this happened, and I had him in the shower, my daughter comes out of her bedroom, and it's just like, what happened? And my wife told her, and she's like, is he okay? And she's like, it's fine. It's just like a protective thing. The animal's protecting itself. It's just stinky. That's all it is. It's stinky to be like, this is stinky. Get away from me. And my daughter's like, oh, okay. All right, go back to bed. So she goes back to bed. Everything's fine. And then do the thing with the dog. He's fine. And then I shampoo him because like I don't want him to smell like vinegar. And he smells great. I got nothing.
It totally worked. That's hilarious. I mean,
he smelled fantastic.
Spoiler alert. I thought you were going to say, like, and of course, it did nothing.
No.
And we couldn't sleep. We were gagging all night.
Wrong. So I washed my hands, and I'm fine. And then I realized the whole house kind of smells, and my wife does this trick that she also looked up, which is you boil vinegar, and it just, like...
So it goes into the air,
and it does, like, smells more vinegar, but then that
what's for
dissipates.
dinner?
Yeah.
Were you guys boiling vinegar in here?
Yeah, we having wings? And... It all goes pretty much fine. The house doesn't smell great. We'll air it out in the morning. It's fine. And
that's wild.
We go to bed 1 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter, knocking on our face and just like, I had a nightmare. Can I come in your bed? And we're like, of course, just come into bed. She climbs into bed, and she climbs in next to my wife. So then it's like my daughter, my wife, me, and my wife just turns to me and she goes, "Smell her." And I was like, "What?" I lean over. She smells like skunk.
That is crazy.
I think because my dog went sprayed, walked in the house. It's like you spray yourself with cologne and walk out, and it's like wafting off of you.
I guess. And that's when she walked in really quickly and was like, what's going on?
Yeah, she walked in right after him. Here's the thing. I didn't smell. So in the morning, she wakes up, and I was like, you ready to take a shower?
Good morning. Who wants ready to shower time?
And she was like, I don't do those. I'm still a bath. And I was like, great, I'll get it started. And give her a shower, and it went fine. She honestly handled it fine, but yeah. Oh, now here's the dumb moment. So baking soda, vinegar, and
Dish soap.
dish soap.
Yeah.
My wife used vinegar, baking soda, and a laundry pod.
A laundry detergent pod?
Uh-huh.
I guess. I mean, obviously it worked. That's fine. But you think like,
It
I hope
worked.
that's fine to put over a dog's skin or whatever. But
We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
The weird thing was, we could have sworn he shrunk about 10%.
Yeah. When I put him under the towel and let go, Chihuahua. Made no sense.
Golden Retriever, Chihuahua.
It's not fair. It's
Same
wild.
voice. But that is anyway, thank you for that. Because I didn't even know that until we posted that. You posted that on the Dumb Dad Club on Facebook.
On Facebook. The
On
Dumb
Facebook.
Dad Club on Facebook, guys. You should give it a follow.
And so my wife was like, I just saw the post you made on the Dumb Dad Club. That's crazy. And I was like, what? And then I went and looked at it. He was like just at my house.
As a writer, I don't do morning pages. I know a lot of writers do. I've just never gotten into that.
Yeah.
That happened this morning. Like, I woke up at 5 because I want to get some writing done. And, like, morning pages, for those who don't know, is like you wake up and you just write.
Anything.
And it's not about, like, I need to write this thing today.
Yeah.
Write anything.
Just write
those are your
something.
morning pages.
Well,
and,
it helps.
And,
like,
and it was me not writing nothing, but I went, I just got to write my thoughts on this. And I just typed it out. And it was like stream of consciousness. And then I like looked it over real quick because it's 5 in the morning. There's probably a lot of problems with it. And I was like, yeah, this is good.
the gist
And
is
just
there.
posted it.
Yeah. The stink of it was there.
Yeah. It stank of early morning.
Oh, man. Send us your skunk stories at
Yes, send us all your dumb parent moments, and maybe we'll read it on the podcast. dumbdadpod@gmail.com or message us on Instagram at dumbdadpod on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, the Dumb Dads on YouTube,
Yeah. We're everywhere.
Dumb
We're
Dad
literally
Club on Facebook.
everywhere.
Look for us on Clash of Clans. We're not on that. We don't play that game.
What? You can. It's a special character. It's a double character of dumb dads.
Yeah, he's like got like instant kill powers, but he constantly trips and falls on his own arrows. Wah, wah.
All right.
All right, take us out.
I got
with
a.
a
I got
joke.
a. I got a dumb dad joke. Before we head out of here, ready?
Okay, let's go.
What does a nosy pepper do?
What does a nosy pepper do?
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, Kevin. I kind of like this joke.
What? Hold on. What does a
What does a nosy pepper do?
pepper do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Gets jalapeno business.
I thought it had
Something
something to do with sneezing.
I know, but in truth, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
For bad jokes.
For bad jokes, it's not that bad.
It's fine. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.